Right now, though, we're live. Suzy Kelly is with us. You know Suzy. You know her voice. She is the voice behind Passionately Catholic, Ponderful Moments. She's also the majority owner and CEO of Joe Kell, which is a huge company, employs many, many people here in Southeast Virginia, in Chesapeake. Suzy, great to have you.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me, John.
You're looking fabulous. You're
Thank
on Facebook
you.
Live.
This is my first time, so it's my inaugural appearance on Facebook Live.
Your inaugural appearance, and you're looking fantastic
Thank
today. The president coming to, and by the way, this is open forum, so anybody who wants to call in, we're going to take your call. 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646, 888-480-5646. You can text us 757-692-1710. So, Suzy, Trump coming to Virginia today. It's in play. All the polls now that we have showing this race tightening. Scott Taylor pulling ahead in the 2nd district. Things are going our way. But what has the president to you meant for your business and for jobs here?
Well, John, I have to tell you, the president is so pro-military. And one of the reasons, and I've told you the story before, one of the reasons that Joe Kell expanded and built a bigger building was because of President Trump. When we were in 2016, in September of 2016, my husband and I, we were in a very, very tight building. Our employees were on top of each other. We needed more space. We couldn't find a building to accommodate us. So in September of 2016, my husband comes into my office and says, I'll make a deal with you. If Trump wins in November, we build a new building. If Hillary wins, we don't. And it was very strategic. It wasn't an emotional thing. It was strategic in that we knew that Trump was very pro-military, that he was pro-building ships. He wanted a bigger, ship capacity, and we knew that he was going to help businesses with taxes. So it was very strategic. And in the back of our minds, we really didn't want to go into more debt. So in the back of our minds, we were also thinking, really, could Trump win? So was it really going to be a risk? So I hate to say that, but that's what we were thinking.
So you figured he would lose, Hillary would win, and you'd just stay in the small
right,
business.
And then
you'd stay in the smaller place. You wouldn't take on debt.
It was a safer option, right? So the day after the election, Marty comes back in my office and says, "Guess what?
Your husband.
We're building." Yes, we're building. So we were very excited about it. We built a new building.
That's beautiful.
Our employees couldn't be happier. I think Trump has there is a contentment factor with Trump. And whether you like him or not like him, I think business people were generally happier because they had more money in their pockets. They had more opportunities to get a job or to get a better job. Competition for jobs was greater, so wages went up. I mean, we saw that at Joe Kell. We paid our people more because we always paid them a better than average wage anyway. But when the competition out there gets tougher, you have to really take a look at your benefits and your salary. So everybody was a little happier, whether you attributed it to Trump or not.
What do you think about him coming tonight? To Newport News, Virginia.
I think it's fabulous. I love it. I know that the paper, he's headlines in the paper today. I know that the Department of Health is very excited about him coming.
Well, they want to shut it down because, and I was saying this earlier. I'm going to say it again. Then we got some people on text here showing you, Suzy, some love I want to read. But they waited until last night. I mean, they knew he was coming here 3 days ago. So 3 days ago, they could have done this immediately. They knew there was going to be 5,000 people there. But they did it last night because they got the poll numbers, their number. You have two things going on in campaigns. You have the public polls that are skewed whatever they want, and then you got your internal polls. And your internal polls are real because that's what you have to make decisions on. Well, both of us have got internal polls. Ours came back last night, and we were in a virtual dead heat in Virginia. Well, they got the same thing. So now they're looking at Virginia. They're tied. They panic and what are we going to do? We have no ground game. We have no organization. We have nothing. And so let's cancel the rally. But if you want to protest and burn down Richmond, you're good to go.
That's right. That's right. It is unbelievable. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. It's all open to daylight, so we can all see the exact thing that's going on right now.
John Fredericks Radio Network. We're with Suzy Kelly, the voice behind Ponderful Moments, Passionately Catholic. You can read those. you can go to thevirginiastar.com, and they're up there. We have we're going to put over time all 120 of them up, so we're doing it a little bit at a time, but they're also
And hopefully I'll have more than 200 by the time you start putting them up.
Well, that's what
so
we're looking for.
You're giving me incentive to do more.
I'm giving you incentive,
That's
and
right.
we're going to do some videos. Corey in Williamsburg says, I love Suzy. He wants to know, how do you come up with your daily messages?
Through prayer. When I pray, something inspires me, or it's just in daily life when I see something or I experience something, like the one I had. I think there's one about me getting on an airplane. It was, a Southwest airplane, and remember the one that I'm sitting, one of the first people to board, and I'm sitting there and I'm all happy and content, and then like the third person that comes in sits right next to me in the middle seat. It's like, how does that happen? It's like some things that happen in life, you just go, how does that happen? And then you get all frustrated, and all of a sudden, you're out of your really true element of love. So those kind of things inspire me as well. Anything that happens during the day, or someone gives me a tip, and someone says something, and it just inspires something. But it's generally through prayer.
Through prayer. So
Yes.
you come up with these through prayer. You have 100 of them, and you're going to do more because they're very inspiring. I mean, And I tell you, I love the idea, and thank you for allowing us to do this, but I love the idea of putting them on the Virginia Star, because I've had a lot of people ask, if I could send them to them, and, we just kind of forget. We don't really have a housing facility for that. But now, over the next 6 months, all 200 of them are going to be on the Virginia Star under your tag. So if you just go to the Virginia Star and Passionately Catholic, over time, every one of them is going to be there, both the tape, the tape on YouTube, but also transcribed. And if you have videos,
Right.
they'll be there too. So they'll be all in one place, so you can get your daily inspiration there.
Yeah, and I'm getting more high tech. We just got a green screen, so I can start when we do the video portion of it. We'll have something behind me. I don't know what yet, but we're getting a little more technical with it.
Well, that's always it's always good. You have a beautiful studio that you have at your
That's right.
place. But Suzy made one mistake. She built this studio upstairs, but she put it upstairs, and down below is the entire manufacturing area. Well, what they failed to realize when they built the studio is when you're in a manufacturing plant, it makes a lot of noise.
It does, and trucks coming in and out, and
So you really,
yeah,
it's really not soundproof. It should have been downstairs away.
So now it's in my office.
So it's in your
my
office, yeah.
That's right.
So that didn't go. But I might turn that in. You might have to rent me office space there. I might have to
Oh, go right ahead. It's
be
there.
there. Because right now my family's away, so that's good. By the way, I got to give a shout out to my son Joseph. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Joseph pitched yesterday in Florida, in Fort Myers, for his team, the Dirtbags signature. He was absolutely lights out yesterday. Get this, he pitched 3 innings, no runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, no hits.
Wow.
He struck out 8 or 9 batters. Somebody hit a pop-up. He struck out 7 batters in a row, and he had his curveball working. I saw it on video. After he walked the first guy, which he always does. He's kind of getting himself together. And first guy walks on a 3-2 pitch. Then he strikes out 7 in a row.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
I've been watching him a long time. I knew, even in the walk he gave, that he was on. And so, hopefully he's going to get an offer from a college soon. But he was absolutely lights out yesterday. I mean, you think about this. 3 innings pitch, you can only get 9 outs. He had 8 strikeouts. He had 1 pop-up, and then they took him out. The game was 8-0. We were ahead, so they're saving him for Sunday again through 45 pitches, but he was absolutely on fire yesterday.
Well, he definitely has a talent, and I'm glad it's being developed. And there's nothing like sports to get people, get people all excited about things. That's one of the things that's been missing lately is that sports. You can't, it's starting to come back, but we've got to get our sports back up and running. That's for sure.
Well, it's been an absolute mess. Suzy Kelly with us, and Suzy, Joe Kell, your father-in-law started the company.
That's right.
Right. Tell us just a little bit about that.
Well, he started the company back in 1977, and it was simply a a wholesale operation. He was the human internet. There wasn't really an internet back then. And so when the people in the Navy buyers need to find material that they couldn't find, they'd call him. And he would use the old-fashioned resources like the phone books and Thomas registers and things like that, if you have ever heard of those before. But he was the human internet. So he developed the business before the internet was really going. So we just took it from there. My husband and I took it from there, and we've been blessed ever since with a great operation, great employees. We not only are we're a wholesale distributor of electrical and mechanical products, but we also do engineering, and we engineer systems and services for the military and commercial and industrial industries markets.
And so your father-in-law who started, but now you've taken it to, it's a tremendously new level now.
Yeah, we're blessed. I mean, we have, office in California. In Jacksonville's one of our other big offices as well. And we'll take anything, we'll take any challenge, any electrical challenge in a system, and we will engineer a solution for it. And we're proud of the fact that, I don't think we've come up with anything that we can't solve. So if there's and we love to, we do motion control, anytime you need to control something except maybe your spouse, we can help you with that.
Let's see. Logan Newman says, "Hey John, I'm from Chesapeake and I'm at the Trump, and I'm going to be at the Trump rally tonight. Looking forward to that." Logan, thanks for doing that. Suzy Kelly with us. Ivan in Woodbridge says, "Suzy, thank you. We are all blessed to hear you every day."
Thank you. I appreciate that. It inspires me to continue on. So please, your positive comments, and even if you have negative comments, I can take that. But I really appreciate anything that you have that lets me know that we're making a difference here.
Well, we appreciate that. If you want to ask Suzy a question or comment or tell her you like her Ponderful Moments, 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646, or you can message her on Facebook, or we're on Facebook Live, both on the John Fredericks Show on my regular page. So you've got two options to do that, and we appreciate that as well. Got one text here from, I think, all right, John Fredericks, just heard from Tina, who does our digital, that we're blocked on Facebook Live. So there you go. Now they're starting to block shows they don't like. Unbelievable. So I'll be turning that off in a minute because there's no sense being on it if you're getting blocked. If there's anybody that's hearing me on Facebook Live, just text me. So other just turn it off until we can figure that out. Let's get to Dean in Virginia Beach. She says, "Good morning, John and Suzy. I just want to share with Suzy that I love her messages. She has a beautiful voice, and I'm glad she's using it to get out the Christian Catholic message." And this is Nadine in Virginia Beach. So
thank you, Nadine. That means a lot to me.
Love
and hopefully
Nadine.
We still can. I don't know that much about Facebook Live, but it's really a shame that you're being blocked. And maybe it's something I said.
No, well, maybe. I mean, it could be you. It could be me. But they find some reason to block you, and I mean, it's just the censorship that we're having is incredible. So we'll just have to go forward with this. So I'm just going to get rid of it at the bottom of the hour until we can figure out what their objection is. Not like we're saying anything that, I mean, we're just doing a radio show. Thousands of these are done on Facebook Live. But when you're high profile with Trump, you get targeted.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's basically what they do. They just target you.
And
They'll find something. They'll find something I did, and then that'll be the reason to block Facebook Live. But they can't block our radio platform. They can't block that because we own the stations.
That's great.
Which was my
Brilliant.
Vision in buying them.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
It is. It's brilliant.
Ann, are you
Strategic.
listening? Say that again. Ann, it was what?
It was absolutely brilliant.
And John is?
He's absolutely awesome and brilliant.
Thank you, Ann. If you hope you heard that. That's why we went into debt to buy the stations, because I said to Ann, we're going to get blocked. They're going to harass our affiliates and get me off the air. Right. But if you own the station, then there's nothing they can do as long as we follow the FCC rules, which we do to the letter. There's nothing they can do. That's why we're going to continue to buy stations, because then you control 24/7. They can't do anything, but they can take you off Facebook Live. They can the censors can do whatever They can do, and what they do is they target people like me. Big, high-profile, big audience, pro-Trump, but not necessarily the Rush Limbaugh size or the Hannity size with lawyers and armies and Fox News to fight back.
Right.
Right? So they target those that they know, right, are not that big. They don't have the resources to get $100,000 and fight back with lawyers. So what they do is that's who they target.
The media is an accomplice
They're
to
evil.
everything that's going on that's evil in this world, because we can't participate in evil. That's part of what Christianity is all about. We can't participate in evil. And they're not. What else is going on is people that are not complying with like the face mask order. They're being shamed. Completely shamed. I know. I don't know if you saw the video yesterday of the woman in Ohio that was just watching her son's football game, and she wasn't wearing a Facebook. She wasn't wearing a face mask.
Oh my God! Did you
and
see that?
She's just sitting there with her family. There's nobody even around her that's close by, and the school resource officer approached her, and she wouldn't put on a mask. She didn't need to put on a mask. She's right there, just with no one around her. And he actually tasered her because she wouldn't comply.
She was tased.
She was handcuffed and
she was dragged out.
That's right.
She was in a football stadium. There was nobody around her.
Nobody.
No, took about 6 feet. There was like 60 feet.
And people were watching, and no one came and helped her. I was totally shocked at this. Totally shocked.
Well, what the government power has done, if they've beaten everybody into fear and submission.
That's right.
But I tell you what, Suzy, I am with you. I'm with you 100%. Looking at the video last night on Fox News and seeing two guys just sit there.
Right.
Just sit there. And they had the little, like, seats that go on the bleachers, which I would never do that. I mean, that's just not, that's like, I don't even want to say it on the air. Not for me. But they're just sitting there.
Sitting there watching this woman get beat up.
They're beat up, and they're just sitting there. I mean, if it was me, I'd have got right down there and say, "Get your damn hands off her!"
No one helped this woman.
They
one.
just tased her and dragged her off. She's trying to watch your son play a football game.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
We're in sick times, but hey, this is the Democratic way. This is the People's Republic of Virginia. That was in Ohio.
That's right.
But we're woke, Suzy. We're woke.
We are woke.
Who's woke now?
We are.
We're woke.
They've awoken the sleeping giant.
That's right.
So there you go.
All right, John Fredericks Radio Network.